What we discussed in unit 1? What is machine learning? Subset of what is AI? Artificial intelligence. What is AI? What is there should some difference between even though machine learning is a part of AI, there should be some difference between them. Is it right? What is AI? What is machine learning? Means you people didn't write the notes. You just came and sat here for listening the class. There should be some difference. Is it right? Though machine learning is a part of AI is the duplication of the human. It just behaves as a human, but not a human. ML is the model, is the where we train a model. Deep learning, where all different types of algorithms are there, even the neural network consists. At last, the data science, combination of all these three. In the first unit, we have come through the different types of models. What are the differentiation between the supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, reinforcement learning? Is it right? What is reinforcement? What is reinforcement learning? Okay. So I was instructed to teach you again the second unit. So already I explained about the second unit. Just we will make a revision of the second unit. Then later we will start immediately unit 3. Okay. In unit 3, we will do along with the practical implementation. Because you people got the habituated for the theory of first unit and the second unit. For the second unit, I have showed some practical example in the last class. Is it right? Have you observed the practical example of how to train a model? So for the third unit and the fourth unit, parallelly we will execute some implementation, practical implementation. Okay. What is unit 2? Nearest neighbor models. What is the nearest neighbor model? What is nearest neighbor model? What is this proximity? What is the proximity? Today in the first class, one of your faculty asked how many students have attended the last class, how many students have not attended, how many students are attending for the first time. Is it right? There, what is the proximity index? Similarity means the people who are similar for the last class and today's class. So for the machine learning model, in machine learning, whatever the data we are testing, it may be any type of data. For every data, we will get the proximity index, even though we are testing with same data or different data. In the last class, we have tested with different data, different images. We have got some proximity index. Have you observed? Have you observed in the program? You must have observed, but you people didn't observe. Okay. We have got some proximity index for the data which we are testing. Okay. Here, what is the nearest neighbor model? What is the nearest neighbor model? You are seeing something on the board. Huh? This is first class. అది ఇక్కడ ఏముంది చదవండి. ఐడియల్ గా కూర్చుంటే సబ్జెక్ట్ రాదండి. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ డిఫరెన్స్ చూపించాను లాస్ట్ టైం. సండే రోజు హాఫ్ డే క్లాస్ మొత్తం ప్రాక్టికల్ చేసాం మనం. అందులో మీకు డిఫరెన్స్ చూపించాను. You must have found the difference between the theoretical class of 1.5 day which I taught. You found more interest on the half day of the practical implementation. The interest you got in 1.5 day class, Saturday full day, Sunday morning half day, is less when compared to your interest you got in the later half day of the Sunday. Is it right? Is it right? The subject is like that only. In the second unit, you are going to learn to use the model based on the proximity index, similarity. So how the similarity, based on similarity, we are going to justify the data. That is the second unit. So in the nearest neighbor model is a model which is done based on the similarity index. Here we will not call the word as a similarity. We called a new word here as proximity. We call here as proximity. Okay. So how based on what we will identify the proximity similarity? Based on the distance, based on the similarity. Why we are telling as a similarity is, I think two branches are there in this class. Two branches are there. Two branches are there. So here in these two branches, the similarity of one branch is different. The similarity of other branch is different. Is it right? Here we can write a graph. We can draw a graph. How many students are there from CS AI branch? How many students are there from ML branch? So what is the distance between them? What is the distance between this row and this row? The similarity may be, suppose if we take the example of an AI branch, the AI branch students may be in this row and in this row also. Is it right? In this row and in this row. Here we have to find the similarity based on the distance between those similarity students. Okay. Similarly, in machine learning, we are going to find the proximity index, similarity index based on similarity features as well as based on the distance features. Okay. So importance of similarity is for classification, for regression, okay, for finding the proximity, similarity, pattern recognition. Do you remember the pattern recognition of the cat and dog images? Cat and dog images. There we are identifying the similarity index, classification of different data sets. There we found some image of a cat which looks similarly as a dog. డూ యూ రిమెంబర్? ఒక ఇమేజ్ చూపించాను మీకు. అందులో ఒక డాగ్ ఇమేజ్ ఉంది, క్యాట్ ఇమేజ్ ఉంది, బట్ సేమ్ అది డాగ్ లాగానే అనిపిస్తుంది. చూసారా? గుర్తుందా? సో దేర్ వీఆర్ ఫైండింగ్ ద సిమిలారిటీ ఇండెక్స్. సో యాక్చువల్లీ these nearest neighbor models were used mainly for the pattern recognition, okay, based on the proximity and the similarity, as well as the classification. And one more, the best example is the medical diagnosis. What is the example I taught you about the medical diagnosis? Medical diagnosis, PET scan. What is PET scan? For what it is used? These are the distance measures which we use. First one is the Euclidean distance, which we are going to use between two points. Okay, A and B. Why we are using this is, we are telling that nearest neighbor models are used based for the finding or the proximity index. How the proximity index is calculated? Based on, first one is the similarity, other one is the distance. Suppose if we see the cat and dog images, based on the similarity images, we are going to divide the class. We are going to make the classification. Now all the students are present here. Some students belonging to AA branch are there in this row as well as in this row also. But how to identify by me? So based on the distance, so how many students are there? What is the distance between this AI student and that AI student? Okay, here for that measures, we are having some formulas. The first formula is the Euclidean distance. Here, how the Euclidean distance is formed is summation of the difference between 2 points square. Is it right? Adena? Summation of the between different 2 points. What is this summation is called? Sigma ante enti? How many values we are going to do the summation? How many values we are going to do? Based on the n value. Based on the n value. If suppose the x values ends here, we are going to do sum only up to the 2. If suppose the x value, depending upon the n value, the summation increases. Okay. Next, what is the next distance measure? This is one example. Manhattan distance. Okay. In Manhattan distance, you can see their modulus. Why the reason there to keep the modulus? Why that there is a need? Positive value. Why, madam, Euclidean distance lo enduku pettaladu madam anante, already in Euclidean distance you can observe the square. Is it right? Square. What is the meaning of square? If the value is negative or positive also, we will get the positive. Here instead of square we are having modulus. Is it right? This is the Manhattan distance. Next, Minkowski distance. This Minkowski distance is the combination of both Euclidean distance as well as the Manhattan distance. We are going to take two values P. One P value we are using as a Manhattan distance. Another P value we use for the Euclidean distance. నిద్రపోతున్నారు మీరు క్లాస్లో నిద్రపోయినా This is for finding the similarity functions. Tell me for distance, based on the distance measure, how many formulas are there? First one is the Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, and Minkowski. So we are telling that the proximity is made based on distance as well as the similarity. These three formulas are based for the distance, and the rest of the formulas now we are learning based on the similarity index. The first one is the Jacket similarity. You know about the intersection and union. You know about the intersection and union? Madam, ikkada 1, 2, 3 values unnante. See, for similarity index, we are going to take the features as values. Features are values. Suppose what is the feature of, suppose we are there. Suppose myself is there. So, based on the features of my genes, my children similarity will be compared. Is it right? Based on the features of both my and my spouse, the similarity features will be decided. Akkada numbers 1, 2, 3 ane em ledu. So the similarity features maybe can be anything. Can be eyes, can be height, can be anything. Okay. So here first one is the Jacket similarity. In Jacket similarity, you can see the division of modulus of both 2 points intersection by modulus of both union of both 2 points. The next one is the Pearson correlation. For the Pearson correlation, this is the formula. ఇది మీరు ఆల్రెడీ రాసుకున్నారు కాబట్టి నేను టైం ఇవ్వట్లేదు. So, proximity between binary patterns. You know about binary? How many values will be there for binary? Everybody should talk. How many values will be there for binary? 0 and 1. We use Boolean functions for finding out the binary values. You know about Boolean functions? What is Boolean? How many values will be there? True or false? Yes or no? Remember this word. Based on this word only, we are going to learn complete unit 3. Okay? Boolean functions we use yes or no, 0 or 1. Just meeku rhombus symbol telsa, flowchart. You know about flowchart? How the decision making symbol will be there? Is a symbol of rhombus. Only two ways, yes or no. If yes, it is forwarded. If no, again it is repeated. We already learned in model prediction. Decision making of model. If accuracy is less, again we are going to train the model in architecture. Do you remember? Architecture of model for deciding of a model. So similarly, here the proximity index will be based on binary patterns 0 and 1. Okay. The next third unit, we are going to learn the third unit completely based on 0, 1. That's all. So understanding a binary pattern, binary values as usual 0 and 1. Based on the arithmetic operations, we are going to find out the relationship between the A and B. Okay. Distance based proximity for binary patterns. This is one of the formula. The first formula is Hamming distance. Hamming, tell me the difference between Hamming distance and the Manhattan distance. Manhattan distance ki Hamming distance ki teda enti. This is Hamming distance. This is Manhattan distance. What is the difference between these two? What is the difference between these two? Same formula? Same formula? Same formula. But for Manhattan distance, we are having n values, number of values. Okay, that is distance measure. That's why we are having n number of values. This is similarity index. Here we are finding the similarity based on binary pattern. Okay, suppose take my features. Suppose if I am telling this is my son. Okay, the first similarity index, suppose eyes are there. We are, by seeing that similarity index, we are going to tell yes or no. అంతేకాని సగం సగం కన్ను బాగుంది, సగం కన్ను మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది, సగం కన్ను మ్యాచ్ అవ్వట్లేదు అని చెప్పం కదా. We are going to tell features based on that. If suppose if we are telling the similarity based on the distance, we can tell till this distance only matching will be there. Based on the radius, we have found the similarity also. Till this distance only, we can tell that only these, till this third bench only, these students and these students are there similarity between them. But based on the features, we can't decide that. So we are finding here based on the binary pattern, 0 and 1s. There we are finding based on the distance. Here we are finding based on the binary patterns. Next, similarly, Euclidean distance. Okay, so same formulas for binary patterns and for similarity, same formulas, but there we are not giving only 0 or 1. Here we are giving 0 or 1 for binary patterns. Okay, coming to the classification, make sure to be understood here itself for second unit. On what basis we are doing classification? See here, most of the students are there, including faculty. So on what basis we have to do the classification? Category. Next. Already your data is trained in the system. In the college system, already your data is trained. That is one. Another thing. Similarity. Can you people tell that I belongs to your class? Can you people tell that I belongs to your college? No. So here we are going to classify the data first based on the trained data. If the data is not trained, if whatever the data you are going to test, we are going to find the proximity based on features as well as the distance. So here we are going to learn about regression models. What is regression? What is regression? Already rasar miru. What is regression? What is regression? Stand up. What is regression? What is regression? Already I have explained in the last class. Predicting real value. So here previously we have saw the example for 2 points. Is it right? There I have told that the number of values will increase based on the n value. Is it right? Based on the n value. See here. Here we are telling xi minus yi whole square. Okay. And also we are telling the summation of I equal to 1 until n. Until n. So this value will increase based upon the number of n values. Is it right? Number of n values. Here, tell me the difference between this formula and we have discussed about the regression where we are going to do the prediction. Okay, prediction means yes or no, whether similarity is there or not. If there is no similarity, we are going to give some index. What is that index is called? For similarity, we are giving another word here. What is that? Proximity. So other than for similarity, we are giving proximity. Here, we are telling y is the dependent variable. దీనికి నాకు కంపల్సరీ ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వాలి. Okay, దీనికి కంపల్సరీ ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వాలి. If you give the answer for this now, then unit 3 you can understand very easily. Okay, tell me. I am telling that this x value may be the number of x values may be x1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. I am telling that the y value is a dependent variable. Variable, you know about variable? For a variable, we are going to give a values. Okay, y is a dependent variable. On what variables? This b0 is constant. For every formula, we are going to give the b0, and b1 will be generated for every independent variable. Okay, why I am telling the value of y completely depends on this. Completely depends on this. ఎందుకు డిపెండెంట్ అంటున్నాను? Can I take plus b2 plus x2? This is simple linear regression. If it is polynomial linear regression, can I take b2 plus x2? Can I take b2 plus x2? Can I take b3 plus x3? And so on. Can I take bn plus xn? So that all completely depends upon, based on those, this variable will be dependent. This variable will be dependent means, see here, the prediction of a value, the prediction of feature depends upon various factors. The prediction will be dependent upon various factors. It may be on train, it may be on tested, it may be on similarity, it may be on the distance measure. Okay, this is a simple linear regression where the prediction is based upon on a single value and single constant. Okay, now we will see the polynomial. Is this the example I taught in the last class? Is this the example I taught? Let us take an example of a fresher who is joining for the new in a job. Okay, suppose this is the salary, which is a dependent variable. Okay, the b0 is the constant salary given for that an employee of that company. Okay, suppose we will take an example of this Kite College. Okay, for this Kite College, initially 40k is the initial salary for a fresher. Okay, and plus they will tell that for 1 year experience, 2000 will be increases for each and every employee. Okay, here, if suppose I am having experience of 2, I am having experience of 2. 40 plus 2 into 40 plus 2000 into 2. What is my total salary? 40,000 is a b0 value. Okay, constant cheyandi. 40y equal to b0 plus b1 into x1. Okay, y is the salary here. Y is the salary. B0, constant salary of Kite College is 40,000. Plus, for each year experience, they will increase 2,000. Okay, for each year, for X number of years of experience, they are going to give the B1 value as 2,000. Okay, now B1 value is 2,000. My experience is 2 years. Okay, what is my salary now? 44,000. Okay, plus, can these values can be increased later on my experience? Later on my experience, can this value be increased? So here, the regression is based upon the dependent upon the several independent variables, where it depends upon the constant as well as the coefficient. Okay. This is a multiple linear regression where the number of n values will be based upon the given condition of the product. So these are the different classification examples. We discussed about the spam, dogs and cats example. Please note down this. Write down the classification of algorithms. రాసిన వాళ్ళు వదిలేయండి, రాయని వాళ్ళు రాయండి. This is the last one is random forest algorithm. These are the different types of algorithm which we are going to learn based on the classification. ఇది కొంచెం జూమ్ అంటే చేయండి. నాకు లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఈ రోజటి వరకు, నేను రేపు మార్నింగ్ నోట్స్ చెక్ చేస్తాను. రేపు మార్నింగ్ డిసైడ్ చేస్తాను మీకు నోట్స్ నేను ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయాలా వద్దా. క్లాస్లో ఎంతో మంది కూర్చుంటే ఒక్కరు రాయకున్నా కానీ నేను మాత్రం నోట్స్ పంపివ్వనండి మీకు. No PPT, no PDF will be shared for you. The last one here is G is random forest algorithm. రాసారు మీరు అంతా, అయిపోయింది. ఏం రావాలి, రాయని వాళ్ళకి చెప్తాను. మీరు వెళ్ళి ఫేస్ వాష్ చేసుకుంటాండి, మీరు నిద్రపోతున్నారు. G random forest. Today's class and tomorrow's class will be very interesting. Rather than the concentrating on theory again and again, I am telling, we are going to learn in practical implementation. You can use this data, whatever you are learning now, today and tomorrow morning for your projects. Okay? Now, keep heading K nearest neighbor. In short, we will discuss here. What is K nearest neighbor? What you learned in last class? Is it a supervised or non-supervised, unsupervised? Supervised learning. K nearest neighbor is a supervised learning. Okay. Here we are finding the proximity between the different data available here. Okay. The data which, listen here. Look at me, all of you. Here in this class, we are finding the proximity between the different data available here based on the trained data which is available in your system, college system. Is it right? I am going to find the similarity between the data based on the trained data which is available in your college system. Other one is based on the similarity. Here I can find using based on your ID card color. Okay. And other one is based on the distance. This is the nearest neighbor where we are going to find do the classification between different measures. This is a supervised learning. Why I am telling supervised learning? Already your people or you are having some labeled data. For each and everyone is having some labeled data. What is the labeled data you people are having? And what is the label you are having other than name? What the college is given you? Roll number. Is it right? Roll number is the labeled data, which is you should not tell you are not school students. Now name is not your labeled. The rule number is your labeled data. The registration number is your labeled data. Based on that labeled data, trained data, similarity, I am going to find the nearest students of one branch. Okay. Now, here I have taken an example of a listening of a song. Okay. మీకు అందరికీ తెలుసండి మామూలుగా ఫిలిం కానీ సినిమా కానీ ట్రైలర్ వచ్చినప్పుడే we are going to get every labeled supervised data of that particular song or film. Is it right? On the first day itself, the movie releases in the theater. The next day itself, it comes in something. At our homes only we can observe it. Is it right? That all we are going to do the prediction. Is it right? We are going to do the prediction on the first day of the trailer itself based on different features of that particular film or song. Okay, so that is the K nearest neighbor. Here we are going to in the K nearest neighbor, based on the different features, we are going to classify the data. We are going to group the data. Okay. So here you can see this is a graph which is generated for my program. This is a graph. Here we are doing the classification based on the similarity index. Okay. The similarity here used is the Euclidean distance. What I used is the Euclidean distance. Here we are classifying based on two graphs. If suppose the new data point is inserted, if suppose new student will come to your class, we are going to classify that new student based on his features, based on his labeled data, whether he belongs to the AI or ML branch. Okay. Later, I classified that new entered data point belongs to the first category. This KNN classifier. Tell me the example. What is radius nearest neighbor? You understood that nearest neighbor classification is based on the distance. We are going to classify these students are the nearest neighbor model. Okay. Now tell me what is the radius nearest neighbor model? Radius nearest neighbor algorithm. Based on in nearest neighbor, I am adding some new data point. One new student is coming. Based on his label data, I am classifying whether he belongs to this class or not. If he belongs, I am going to categorize him whether he belongs to this row or this row. Okay. He is coming from the outside. He is at the outside the data, outside the distance. What is radius nearest neighbor is? You know about the circle? You know circle? What is the measurement we use for circle? To be a circle? From the center to, we are going to take some radius. We are going to draw with that radius circle. ముగ్గులు వేస్తారు కదమ్మా, ఎలా వేస్తారు? మధ్యలో సెంటర్ లో చాక్ పీస్ పెట్టి ఒక సర్కిల్ గీస్తారా, థ్రెడ్ తీసుకొని. సో హియర్ we are telling that whatever the design we are going to do should be within that radius. Here, if suppose I tell you all people should sit only from the first 4 benches only. If I give the instruction that only all the students should occupy the seat for first 4 benches only, means I am fixing some radius to you people to sit in that radius only, in that distance only. I tell that the students who sit at the back 2 to 3 benches are not eligible to become to reason for this class. What is the meaning for that? What is the meaning for that? ఇప్పుడు మీకు చెప్తానండి నేను. ఫస్ట్ 4-5 బెంచెస్ లోనే రేవ్స్ లోనే కూర్చోవాలి. ఈ క్లాస్ వినాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఓన్లీ దే ఆర్ ద ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ లిజనింగ్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్లాస్. ఎలిజిబుల్ వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే. ఎవరు? ఫస్ట్ 4 బెంచెస్ లో కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళే. లాస్ట్ 3 బెంచెస్ లో కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళకు నేను క్లాస్ చెప్పను. దే షుడ్ నాట్ సిట్ ఇన్ మై క్లాస్. Here I am fixing you people some distance, some radius. Only these radius and these students can listen this class. Okay? అర్థమైందా ఇది నేను కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది. Similarly, whenever one new data is entered into the class, one new data is sitting there. Okay? I should decide whether that new student is within my radius or not, within my distance or not. If he is within my distance, then there will be some similarity between that person and our class. If he is not, sitting in the front benches, if he is again sitting in the last bench, then he is outside my proximity, outside my distance, then he is not eligible for our similarity index. Okay? So what is the working principle we can choose here? First of all, we need what is that madam decided the fixed distance. I am telling that నేను చెప్తున్నాను the first 4 benches. So person who is coming and who is coming now, so he should know what is the distance madam has given to be seated in this class. Okay, if he sits at the last, he is not in our similarity index. If he sits at the first, then he is in our similarity index. Means first we have to know the length of the radius, distance of the radius. Is it right? Without knowing the distance, how can we do the similarity between different data points? Is it right? By mistake ఇంకా చేంజ్ చేయలేదా మేడం, ఇంకా ట్రిపుల్ ఆర్ఏ పెట్టారంటే టైం లేదు నాకు, అందుకే పీపీటీ చేంజ్ చేయలేదు. ఓన్లీ ఆర్, సింగిల్ ఆర్ రేడియస్ we should know. Okay, I didn't found the time to change that PPT. That's why it is like that only. Only R. After that, we have to find the distance between the similarity. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను కదా, ఫస్ట్ మీకు తెలిసింది ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ వరకే కూర్చోవాలి క్లాస్ లో అనేది. ఇఫ్ సమ్ అదర్ పర్సన్స్ కమ్స్, I should know first. I already know the distance, radius of your class. Now I should decide whether the distance, prescribed distance, ఏదైతే డిస్టెన్స్ చెప్పానో కొత్త స్టూడెంట్ కి నాకు మధ్యలో ఆ డిస్టెన్స్ ఉందా లేదా, I have to decide. Is it right? So now the next step, I have to calculate the distance between that new test sample as well as the trained data set. You all trained data set, is it right? Now the person who is coming new is the test data set, test sample. We have to find the distance between that test sample and the new data set, trained data set. Okay? If it is, if the majority of the proximity index is good, then we can allow him to sit in the class. If suppose all the 4 benches are filled, I can't tell that person to sit and come and sit on my head, on your head. Okay, another row we will give and we will tell that person to sit in that row. Is it right? So this is the algorithm for this. This is the graph I got for the actual and predicted data. ఇది చూయించాను కదా మీకు, చూయించానా? We will do the new program. అదే ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇక్కడ కాపీ చేస్తే చూడండి. In the last class, we have done the prediction based on the sample as well as the testing data. So this is a program which we have done for the KNN regression. ఇప్పుడైతే రిగ్రెషన్ మోడల్ చెప్పానో కే నియరెస్ట్ నేబర్ దానికి మనకు వచ్చినది అవుట్పుట్ చూద్దాం ఇప్పుడు. Here we are deciding the graph between the actual data and predicted data. What is the actual data? Is the trained data which we are training the model. Predicted data is if suppose new data has come, we are checking whether that belongs to our nearest neighbor or not. Okay, between that we are going to do the graph. So this is the like this graph will be generated between actual as well as the predicted data. Whenever you train a model, first you have to do the testing further with the other sample, different samples of data. Then you should generate some graph between the actual data, tested data, predicted data. Tested data అంటే ఏదైనా కొత్త డేటా వచ్చినప్పుడు వాటికి మధ్యలో మీ డేటాకి ఆ డేటాకి ప్రాక్సిమిటీ ఇండెక్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. Similarity index. Then only you can actually use for your project the trained data set. Net performance of classifiers in machine learning. To find the performance measures for different classifiers in machine learning model, we are using accuracy, confusion matrix, precision model, recall, F1 score, area under curve score. రాసుకోండి. అయిపోయిందా మీది? So for accuracy, write down the formula. Number of predictions by total number of correct predictions by total number of predictions. కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ గా రాయాలి. మీరు ఎవరు రాయలేదా లాస్ట్ టైం? మీరు వచ్చారు కదా లాస్ట్ టైం క్లాస్ కి. Write down the formula for accuracy. Number of correct predictions by total number of predictions. Next, confusion matrix. Okay, in this confusion matrix we are going to use the Boolean values. Okay, what are the Boolean values? True and false, positive and negative, true positive, false positive, true positive, false negative, true negative. Here we are based on this table, we are going to predict the value of the sample data. Write down the table. రాసిన వాళ్ళు రాయదండి, రాశారు కదా సేమ్ అదే యూనిట్ 2 రివిజన్ రాశారు మీరు అంతా రాయించండి. నేను స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్. మీకు డబుల్ వాయిస్ వస్తుందా? So listen here. What is this true positive? If ఒక్కసారి వినండి. Look at the board. Stop writing. I will give you time. Stop writing. So here, what is this true positive? If the prediction, whatever the prediction is true, okay, and it also in real also it is true, then it is true positive. Okay. Coming to true negative, if the prediction is false, but in real it is also false, then it is called as false, true negative. Then coming to the false positive, if the predictions are true but false in real, then it is called as false positive. Coming to the false negative, if predictions are false but they are true in real, then it comes to the false negative. Okay, ఈ టేబుల్ టేబుల్ మాత్రం వేసుకోండి. ఫినిష్. Write down the formula for recall. For recall, we are going to divide between the true positive by summation of false negative and true positive. మీరు అందరు రాస్తారు కదా, రాయలేదా? ఓన్లీ ఫార్ములాస్ రాయండి అంతే. సెకండ్ యూనిట్లో అయిపోయింది. క్లాసిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ కావాలి. ఇందులో మనం పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెజర్స్ ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం అనేది ఇది కంపల్సరీ. ఇందులో కూడా సేమ్ ఫార్ములా సేమే. మనం అందులో ఏంటంటే బేసిక్ గా నేర్చుకుంటాము. అది ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మనం పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెజర్ చేయాలి కదా. మనం ఏమంటారు ఇప్పుడు సిమిలారిటీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా, ఈయన ఎలిజిబుల్ కాదా, ఆ డేటా విత్ ఇన్ ఉంటుందా ఉండదా అనేది. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే డిఫరెంట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెజర్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. ఇది ఇప్పుడు థియరీ కాబట్టి ఎంఎల్ మోడల్స్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి వీఆర్ ఫైండింగ్ వెదర్ ఇస్ ట్రూ పాజిటివా నెగిటివా, విత్ ఇన్ బౌండరీ ఉందా వితౌట్ బౌండరీ. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ప్రాక్టికల్ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ చేస్తాం కదా, అప్పుడు డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ అయింది, ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఏమున్నాయి ఏం లేదు మీకు చూపిస్తాను. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, రియల్ టైమ్ లో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెట్రిక్స్ అంటే మనం ఎంత టైం ట్రావెల్ చేసింది, ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. ఇఫ్ సపోజ్ నాదే అనుకోండి, ఒకటి ఇంత టైంలో ఎంత మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చారు, టైం అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఎంత మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చారు, అట్లా డిఫరెంట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెట్రిక్స్ వస్తాయి. ఇది ఏంటంటే మనం ట్రైనింగ్ మోడల్ టెస్టింగ్ మోడల్ కాబట్టి ఎవ్రీ టైం నువ్వు ఏ మోడల్ చేయవు, ఎవ్రీ మోడల్ కి ఏ మోడల్ తీసుకున్నా ఏ అల్గరిథం దాని పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెట్రిక్స్. ఏ మోడల్ తీసుకున్నా నువ్వు ఏ మోడల్ ట్రైన్ చేసినా కానీ ఏ డిఫరెంట్ అల్గారిథం యూస్ చేసుకున్నా కానీ ప్రతి మోడల్ కి సేమ్ క్రైటీరియా. ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రైన్, ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఎవాల్యుయేట్, ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టెస్ట్. ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ మ్యాచింగ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రెడిక్షన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గివింగ్. ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గివింగ్ సమ్ ప్రెడిక్షన్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిఫరెంట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెజర్స్ అనేవి ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ డేటాకి చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. మీకు ఉందనుకోండి, ఇప్పుడు మీకు రేపటి వరకు బై టుమారో వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెంట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మెజర్స్ టిల్ వాట్ టిల్ వాట్ థింగ్, అదే ఎక్కడి వరకు మేడం కంప్లీట్ చేసింది యూనిట్, ఎంత వరకు చెప్పింది, మీకు ఎంత అర్థమైంది, అందులో థియరీ ఎంత చెప్పింది, ప్రాక్టికల్ గా ఎంత చెప్పింది, మీకు ఎట్లా ఇన్స్పైర్ అయ్యారు అనేది పర్ఫార్మెన్స్. అందుకే ప్రతి లాస్ట్ యూనిట్ లో నెక్స్ట్ కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తాం థర్డ్ యూనిట్ లో. ఓకే, ఓకే. నౌ we will start unit 3. Keep heading unit 3. This unit 3 is very interesting. You can learn this unit 3 on your fingertips. తెలుసా ఫింగర్ టిప్స్ అంటే చేతుల. వెరీ గుడ్. సో దిస్ యూనిట్ 3, ఈ యూనిట్ 3 చాలా ఈజీ, బికాస్ యూనిట్ 1 లో మీకు డిఫరెంట్ టర్మ్స్ అర్థమైనాయి కాబట్టి ఎలా అంటే వింటూనే మీకు అర్థం అయిపోతుంది. దీన్ని మళ్ళీ మీరు అసలు బుక్ తీసి చదవని అవసరమే లేదు. ఇఫ్ సపోజ్ ఎవరైనా నోట్స్ రాయలేదనుకోండి యూనిట్ 3, ఇప్పుడు వేరే మీ సార్ చెప్పారు కదా, మీ సార్ కాదు నేను కూడా చెప్పాను కదా, బయటకు పంపించేస్తాను. వేరే వాళ్ళ నోట్స్ తీసుకోకుండానే మీ ఓన్ గానే మీరు రాసేయచ్చు నోట్స్. అలా ఉంటది. కొంచెం ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా చూడండి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రీ? వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రీ? డోంట్ రైట్ ఎనీథింగ్, జస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రీ? చెట్టు. వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రీ? డా, యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ డా? No. What is it? You don't know about a tree? Parent node, child node, hierarchical structure. You know. So what is a tree? Tree consists of nodes, parent nodes and children nodes. Parent nodes and the children nodes. Tell me, what is root node? You know about root node? What is root node? Topmost node, parent node. Root node is a parent node. What is parent node? What is parent node? Can I have? What is parent node? Father of the node. What is parent node? See here. What is a tree? Stop talking, please. What is a tree here is, a tree is represented in the form of hierarchical structure. You know what is hierarchical structure? మన ట్రీ ఎలా ఉంటుందండి? డబ్బా షేప్ లో ఉంటుందా? It will be in the pyramid wise. Is it right? Same, the pyramid representation is called as hierarchical structure. Here we are going to classify the data based on the relation between each node as well as the other node. If suppose these are the nodes, you are all the nodes. Okay, I am the parent node. Okay, for my parent node, I will be having two hierarchies, two different branches. One is CSAI, one is other ML branch. Okay, this is the relationship we create between each and the every node. Okay, now what is a tree? It is a hierarchical structure. Okay, in a tree there will be different nodes. We call here as nodes. Nodes ante evaru? You are the node, I am the node, but we are creating some relationship between yours and me. In a tree, there will be n number of nodes. We have to classify that nodes based upon the proximity. Is it right? We have to classify the nodes based on the proximity. What is proximity here? Similarity. Okay, now you got the idea. So what is root node? The first starting node is the root node. Okay, what is parent node? Here, see here, మీకు ముందు స్లైడ్స్ మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను, మీకు ఐడియా రావడం. This is a tree. Look at the board. See, this is a tree. In this tree, we are having different types of nodes. Okay, look at that board. Your ears should be towards me, eyes towards board. Okay, this is a tree. In this tree, we are having different types of nodes. Okay, but the first node is called only as a root node. Only that node is called as a root node. Okay, that node can be a parent node. That node is a parent node because it will be having different child nodes. Okay, root node will be only one. Okay, all other nodes will become the child nodes of the root node. Okay, and root node can be a parent node. Okay, root node can be a parent node. Okay, for tree only one root node will be there. Okay, now listen here. If suppose these are the child nodes, if this node and that node is a child node, okay, if this child node has extension of other child nodes, then this is called as a parent node. But this is not a root node. Example, మనకు surnames ఉంటాయి కదండి, surnames ఉంటాయి కదా. If suppose మా తాతగారు ఉన్నారనుకోండి, మా తాతగారికి సేమ్ surname ఉంటుంది. Surname is the root node. He is one of the parent node. మా నాన్నగారికి సేమ్ surname ఉంటుంది, నాకు సేమ్ surname ఉంటుంది, మా పిల్లలకు డిఫరెంట్ surname ఉంటుంది. Is it అర్థమైందా? మా పిల్లలకు డిఫరెంట్ surname ఉంటుంది. So here surname is a root node, the other also are the parent nodes. Here also this is a root node, the other nodes are all child nodes. If suppose one of the child nodes has extension of other nodes, then this node is called as a parent node. These are called as a child nodes. అర్థమైందా? Root node is a parent node, but all parent nodes is not a root nodes. Okay, root node parent node అవుతుంది, but all parent nodes is not a root node. Only first node is a root node. Okay, coming to the difference between child nodes as well as the leaf nodes. Okay, ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, this is a tree. These all comes under the child nodes. But what is leaf nodes is, what is a child leaf node is, if suppose there is no extension of nodes for last node, then that node is a leaf node. Okay, okay, ఇప్పుడు నేను కాదా, మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను వినండి. This is a tree. A tree is represented as hierarchical structure. Okay, in a tree only one root node will be there. The first node is a root node. Only one root node will be there. Okay, that root node will be having child nodes. Okay, if suppose a node is having a child node, then it is called also as a parent node. Okay, root node can be a parent node. If suppose one of the child node has the extension of nodes, ఆ child node కి ఇంకా nodes ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, ఇంకా nodes ఉంటే ఆ నోడ్ పేరెంట్ నోడ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఏమీ లేకపోతే పేరెంట్ నోడ్ అవ్వదు, చైల్డ్ నోడే అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు వరకు అర్థమైందా డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ పేరెంట్ అండ్ రూట్ నోడ్? నౌ కమింగ్ టు ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ద లీఫ్ నోడ్స్. ఓకే, ఆల్ ఆర్ ద చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్. ఓకే, నిద్రపోవద్దు, ఆల్ ఆర్ చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్. Okay, the difference between child node and the leaf node is, if suppose there is no extension of the node, then that node is called as a leaf node. Okay, this is a child node, this is a parent node, this is a child node, this is a leaf node. Yes, now this is a child node, this is a leaf node, this is a leaf node, this is a child node. Yes, all leaf nodes are not child nodes. All child nodes are not leaf nodes, but all leaf nodes are child. ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైందండి? So now our task is to make a decision tree, to write a tree, to draw a tree based on the different data sets. Okay, now we are going in this unit 3. Complete unit 3 is drawing of a tree on the given trained and sample data sets. Okay, now we will do that practically. Now we will start the unit 3. అర్థమైందా? So here in unit 3 we are going to in unit 3 we are going to learn about the decision tree algorithm, how to draw the decision tree based on the similarity. Write down the definition. Tell me why I am telling. Take the example of the students who are there in the class. Why I wrote there decision tree is a supervised learning. ఎందుకు supervised learning అని రాసాం అక్కడ? Why I have written it as a supervised learning? చెప్పండి. Decision tree is a supervised learning అని రాసాం కదా. Why? Take the example of your class. I am going to draw a decision tree on your class. I am telling that it is a supervised learning. మీ క్లాస్ కి లేబుల్ డేటా ఉందా? Okay, why we are telling decision tree as a supervised learning here is, we are going to get labeled data, trained data. Based on that, by using the new sample data, we are going to classify into different nodes. ఇది నాకేనా? మార్నింగ్ నుండి తాగాలి. ట్రైన్ లేట్ అయిపోయింది. జూమ్ చేయడానికి రాదా? పర్వాలేదు, కూర్చొని లేకపోతే వస్తుంది కదా. ఫినిష్. Completed. మీ బుక్ ఏదండి? Now let us do a task now. Before going in detail of algorithm, listen here. You people now should draw a decision tree. I will tell you the nodes. First, the root node will be the Kite College. Okay. You draw the different branches belonging to that. The leaf node should be your name. Leaf node should be your name. Root node Kite College, CSE, ECE, mechanical, civil, whatever is there. In that CSE, for CSE, what are the allied branches? Okay. In which allied branches your label is there? This is the Kite College, name of your college. And for your college, how many branches are there? CSE, ECE, mechanical, civil. Only CSE is there. In CSE, what are the different branches are there? In which branch you belong? Okay. Draw cheyandi oka decision tree. మీ ఓన్లీ సిఎస్సి ఉందా మీకు? వేసారా? డ్రా చేయండి. మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు నేను టాస్క్ ఇచ్చాను మీకు.
లో ఏడీస్ ఎంఎల్ ఏ చాలా ఉంటాయి కదా, కానీ ఒక పేరెంట్ నోట్కి 2 నోట్స్ వస్తాయి కదా మనం.
లేదు అట్లా ఏం లేదు. నో నో సి లిజన్ హియర్, లిజన్ టు మీ. There is no rule that for each parent node only 2 child nodes should be there. You know, you are completed data structures. In data structures you didn't మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేదా డాటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ లో? See, for a parent node there may be any number of child nodes except for binary tree and binary search tree. For binary tree, one rule, 0 or 1 or 2. For BST, same rule, left less than, root less than, right. Except for those three only. In a normal, for a normal tree, there can be any number of child nodes. Okay? Finish? So now look at the board. On what base? సర్లేదు, ఎందుకు మాకు ట్రైన్ లేట్ అయిపోయింది. మార్నింగ్ 6:30 5:30కి వచ్చే వాళ్ళము, స్టేషన్లో దిగే వరకు 8 అయిపోయింది. On what basis we are going to draw the decision tree? ఇక్కడ చూసి చెప్పండి, నన్ను కాదు. On what basis the decision tree is made? First one is based on the internal nodes, based on the different nodes available, based on the attribute. Attribute ante based on the ఏమంటారు, behavior. We can call here as behavior. See, whatever the CSE AI subjects are different, AI ML subjects will be different. Okay, based on the constraint the division will be there, and based on the outcome, and each leaf node represents a class label. Is there is a necessary, is in the representation of your label represents your branch name, depicts your branch. మీ రూల్ నెంబర్ ఉంది కదా, మీ రిజిస్టర్ నెంబర్, మీ రిజిస్టర్ నెంబర్ చూస్తే మీ బ్రాంచ్ నేమ్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చా? Yes. So here each leaf represents a class label. Each leaf represents a parent label. Okay. Based on all these factors, decision tree is developed. So here write on this point. Write on this point. In a tree structure classifier, internal nodes represents the features of the data set trained. Internal nodes represents the features of the data set trained. Is it right or not? Features of the data set ante enti ikkada? Suppose I have to make a decision tree based on your data. Here, based on which data I am going to divide it in decision tree? Based on your trained data which is available in your college. Meekante telisipotundi evaru ఏ branch anedi. If suppose I am a new person, I have to make a decision tree based on your labeled data, I can develop a decision tree. Okay. Copy down the complete data. Fast. నా క్లాస్ కి ఫస్ట్ రాగానే నువ్వు అన్న మాటని నాకు గుర్తుకొచ్చు. నీ మొహం చూస్తేనే ఆ మాట గుర్తుకొచ్చు. కంప్లీట్ అయిందా మీది? రాయండి. ఇది ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ రాదా? అది ఫోటో తీసుకొని రాసుకోండి కనిపించకపోతే. ముందు బెంచెస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ముందుకు జరగచ్చు కదా. చివరి ఉందా? ముందు ప్లేసెస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ముందుకు జరగండి కనిపించకపోతే. రాయండి. అయిపోయిందా? లాస్ట్ పాయింట్ రాయలేదు కదా మీరు? అయిపోయిందా? So, listen here. For building a decision tree, we are going to use an algorithm called CART algorithm. C-A-R-T. Okay. So, what is this CART? Is combination of both classification algorithms as well as the regression algorithm. Okay. Write down that point. Here, for making a decision tree, we are going to use CART algorithm. C-A-R-T. So what is this CART CART algorithm? Is combination of both classification algorithms as well as the regression tree algorithms. Now we will see one live example of a simple sample program I have done. Based on this SR node decision, how the decision tree is made. Finish writing this? So look at the board. Look at the board. So this is a program which we have made for doing the decision tree classifying. So in this decision tree classifying, in this decision tree classifying, I have given the depth up to 3 only. ఏమైంది? What happened? So in this decision tree, for generating of the decision tree, I have given the maximum depth up to 3. What is this maximum depth is? We have seen the decision tree, previously. Depth ante entante, except from the root node, the level of child node should be of 3 only, till 3. Okay. Taking an example of my the data available in my system, I have written a program to generate a decision tree based on Boolean decisions. Based on Boolean decisions. What is the Boolean decision here? Yes or no. If it is yes, if suppose I am taking one root node, I am given one condition. If it is yes, it follow one way. If it is no, it follows another way. Okay. So here now we will generate the binary tree. The figure size is of 12 and 8 x and y values. Look at here. Look at the board. మీకు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కూడా కావాలంటే మీరు సైలెంట్ గా వినాలండి క్లాస్. నేను రేపటి వరకు టెస్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఒకవేళ రేపు మార్నింగ్ కూడా మీరు ఇలానే మాట్లాడితే నేను అసలు ఏ పీడిఎఫ్ కానీ ఏ ప్రోగ్రామ్ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ దిస్ డైరెక్టర్, యూ కెన్ కాపీ దిస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అండ్ యూజ్ ఫర్ యువర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆల్సో. See here, I am giving the maximum depth. How many depth I am giving? Till 3 levels except root node, we can generate the decision tree. Is it right? నాకు రావట్లేదు. So look at the board. Zooming out. చూద్దాం వస్తుందో రాదు. So now see here, from the data which is available in the system, it depends upon my decision to generate a decision tree for till how many child nodes? Till only one depth or two depths or three depths or four depths. Previously, now I have changed the value of maximum depth to 2. So that's why I have generated the decision tree up to only 2 depths. This is one of the root node, petal width, and the other 2 are the child nodes of only 2 depths. Madam, అదే ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నారు ఫ్లవర్ నేమ్స్ అంటే already in the last class I have showed you the data sets which I have uploaded trained in my system. చూసారా data sets, best data sets అని నేను చూపించాను green color లో images అవన్నీ. That's why I am having only that data set. I have taken that data set for generating the images. So here for the data which is available, I am taking the decision tree, generating a decision tree based on that available data. Now I am giving the values that I am not giving the values to which left side ఏ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉండాలి, రైట్ సైడ్ ఏ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉండాలని నేను చెప్పట్లేదు. నేను జస్ట్ నాకు ఒక డెసిషన్ ట్రీ కావాలి, ఇది మెయిన్ నోడ్, దీనికి 2 చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్ 3 చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్ 4 చైల్డ్ నోడ్స్ అనేది depends upon my decision tree. I can divide this class into 2 batches, 3 batches, 4 batches or 5 batches. మీకు గుర్తుందా స్కూల్లో పర్సంటేజ్ బట్టి ఏ సెక్షన్ బి సెక్షన్ ఏ స్టార్ ఏ ప్లస్ ఇలా ఇస్తారు. సో similar way here it completely depends upon us to make a decision for our tree till how many child nodes should be there. So here I have given the 2 child nodes should be there. Let us check whether it comes for 4. Yes. Have you observed? Are you observing? Yes. Okay. అర్థమైందా? అది టైం ఉండదు, మీకు కోడ్ మొత్తం నేను ఇచ్చేస్తాను. నాది ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే ఉందో ఇది ఉంది కదా, అందుకే ఒకటే ఫైల్లో చేశాను నేను. అన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని యూనిట్ 3 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని ఒకటే ఫైల్లో ఉన్నాయి. ప్రతి దానికి ప్రోగ్రామ్ వేసాను నేను ఇక్కడ. ర్యాండమ్ ఫారెస్ట్ కి, యాక్యురసీకి, ర్యాండమ్ ఫారెస్ట్ కూడా వేసాను. ఇదంతా నా దగ్గర ఉన్న డేటా. థ్యాంక్ యూ. డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అది ఇంకోటి చూపించాను చూడండి మీకు. ఇట్లా డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అంటే ఇట్లా మనం ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసాం. ఈ జూపిటర్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేయడానికి రాదు, జస్ట్ మనకు వాలిడేషన్ యాక్యురసీ కోసమే యూస్ చేస్తాం. సిమ్యులేషన్ లెవెల్ అనేది పనికిరాదు. అవును. ఏంటిది? ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది అన్నది మన ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ బట్టి డిసైడ్ చేస్తాం. మన ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఏదైతే అది. ఇప్పుడు నేను నా రీసెర్చ్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ కి డెసిషన్ ట్రీ అవసరం లేదు. నా రీసెర్చ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కి జస్ట్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ మోడల్ ట్రైనింగ్ చేసేసి టెస్టింగ్ సిఎన్ఎన్ మోడల్ యూజ్ చేసి సరిపోతుంది. అట్లా డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ మన ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్. కొంచెం వదిలేస్తే మాట్లాడుతూనే ఉంటారు. సెకండ్ యూనిట్ చెప్పాను మీకు, అసలు యాక్చువల్గా ఈరోజు సెకండ్ యూనిట్ చెప్పమని. ఎందుకు ఆల్రెడీ సెకండ్ యూనిట్ చెప్పాం కదా. Check with this example whether the example I have keep they have whatever I kept there is correct or not. Check from the root node. Is whatever the example is displayed there, is it correct? Is it correct? What is the first question? What is the root node question? Here, the main objective of this decision tree, generation of decision tree is to decide a vehicle for some people to drive. Is it right? The main objective is to decide a vehicle for some number of people to drive, to go. Is it right? So here they are making some decisions, yes or no. Okay. First one, మీకు ప్రీవియస్ గా మన వెహికల్స్ రాకముందు ఎందులో వెళ్ళేవారు తెలుసా? బుల్లక్ కార్డ్స్. బుల్లక్ కార్డ్స్ యూజ్ చేసేవారు తెలుసా? బుల్లక్ కార్డ్స్ మేబీ కౌ కానీ వేరే ఏవి ఎనిమల్ హార్స్ కానీ గాడిద కానీ. ఓకే. సో here we are drawing a decision tree on a general example. Look at the board. We are drawing a decision tree based on a general example by using Boolean decisions, yes or no. If it is yes, one path. If it is no, it is another path. Now, the objective of this decision tree is to decide a vehicle for traveling for some number of people. Either it may be 2, 3, 4, 5. I am taking here as 10 number of people. So first question is, suppose a person who usually travels not in a vehicles by using traditional method of traveling, he is asking some question. Is the vehicle which we are traveling is of alive or not? Means normal general traditional method kada. If it is yes, he is going to opt these vehicles. Okay. If it is not, if it is no, then he is going to ask, does that vehicle does it flies or not? Means it is an aeroplane or road transport or water transport. Okay. If it flies, it opts for an aeroplane. If it is no, it is also asking that whether the vehicle which doesn't fly can carry more than 10 people or not. If suppose I am deciding a vehicle of a bike, it carries 10 people. Other than the driver, it carries only 1 people. 1, not 2. According to rules and regulations, only 1. For 2-wheeler, 1 vehicle. 1 person other than the driver. Rapido book చేస్తారు ఇంకో డ్రైవర్ ఇంకో నెక్కించుకుంటాడు వాడు. For some time we will go as per the rules. Okay. It is if it doesn't fly, it again is asking whether more than 10 people the vehicle you are deciding can carry or not. Okay. He is telling one vehicle, car, can carry to 10 people? No. If it is yes, it goes for the bus. Bus can carry 10 people? So in this way, we can take our general example, make our own imagination and draw a decision tree by making Boolean expressions, Boolean decisions, yes or no. Okay. Okay. Now look at the board. Look at the board. A decision tree doesn't make the predictions based on only yes or no. Based on the numeric data also. Based on the binary data also. Okay. Numeric data also. Ekkada numeric previous slide పెట్టండి ఒకసారి. Here we are taking the numeric decisions. Is it right? Here we are taking the numeric decisions. So decision tree can be generated by making predictions, not only by us doing yes or no decisions. It also depends upon the numeric data decisions. Okay. Next. Idena? This I already explained. No need for you to people explain. Now. So now one example we are taking one example. My example is here I have taken one data regarding a person to play tennis based on the weather conditions. Not a tennis. If you want to play a cricket, first you have to check the weather conditions, whether the game can be completed or not. They have given some set of Excel data. Based on the data, I have to make predictions. By doing predictions, I have to generate a decision tree. Okay, will you generate a decision tree now? First you try. I will show the practical example. Okay, try your own example. I'm not going to give any award for you. Okay, try your own decision tree based on this data. We will generate based on the practical example. Then I will leave you for lunch. Try and think and draw a decision tree by taking this as an example. Think how the decision can be drawn. Afternoon, I will request for a board and chalk. I will make you people to draw on the board. Not you, students. That's it. Yes, draw a decision tree based on that example. Here we are having attributes as outlook, temperature, humidity, wind, playing of tennis. Yes or no? Yes or no? For each condition, they are giving yes or no decision. Based on that, draw a decision tree of your own idea. Okay? After you do, I will show you my practical exam implementation through program. I know you people will surely draw. Say, draw. వాడేంటి చెప్పేది నేను నాకు చెప్పొచ్చు కదా అడుగుతావా ఇంకోసారి? అయిపోయింది లంచ్.